Hello again, boys and girls. This is part 2 of today's lesson. This part, we're going to be looking at the Summit Learning Platform and looking at our power focus areas and looking again at a couple of the note takers. So when you open your Summit Learning, you go to the year view for math. You find your subject, and here's math. We're not doing the math units right now. Power focus area. And I'm going to click on the one that we are working on now, which is number 1. So I click on that. I've taken my diagnostic, and now I'm ready to use some of my resources. I'm ready to use some of my resources for to take notes on so that I can do well on my content assessment here at the bottom. So if I open the focus area resources, what I have here are, and you can print these, your SDL Cycle Student Guide, which when you're here will provide you with 3 types of math note takers and the Math Personal Glossary. And this is a math glossary that is already put together. This is one that you will be putting together yourself. So looking at the different types, we looked at them yesterday. So this is a 3 it's a 3 column, and it's a problem work solution, because what you're going to do is you're going to work a problem, or you're going to have a record the problem, record the question from the problem, and record the main task from the problem. What's the main thing the problem's asking you to do? The work section, you're going to represent and solve the problem. In other words, you're going to actually do the work to answer this question over here, the problem, and show the steps solving the problem. So you're going to show, what are you doing to get this problem solved? Solution, you're going to record the final answer. So this is how you can take notes off of a PowerPoint or a video for math. So I'm going to show you that in a minute. The one that I have in the classroom that you can annotate on, that you can make your notes on with Cami. Then we have, let's see, I thought these were all together. Yes, they are. Okay, so then we have the Math Notes Graphic Organizer. This is the main idea and my understandings. So on the main, you have 2 columns. The main idea column is, what is something you learned about this concept? What are some steps that help you solve these types of problems? And what is something you need to remember when solving problems using that strategy about this concept? This one, the next column, my understanding. So what did you get from this? What were your takeaways? What did you some examples that you learned, some drawings you might have seen? So that would go in this column. And then you have your 1-page summary, which you don't really need a note taker to do. These suggestions are nice. Record notes, drawings, or examples about what you learned. So this is where you might want to copy an anchor chart that was in the resources. Might want to record the question and then solve the problem. So this is just like you're taking whatever notes you want to, just on, you can do that on a plain sheet of paper, easy. You don't even have to draw anything, just use your paper. On the main idea and my understandings, you can also use just a blank piece of paper. Once you understand what these columns are telling you to do, just draw yourself a big rectangle, draw it a line vertically down the middle of your paper, and then you can make boxes, and this way you can make your boxes as big or as small as they need to be. So I would start it at the top, and when I finished with the notes I was taking for this one, then I would draw a line and take notes on my next video. And this one is my favorite for math, because we use it's a lot of the videos are telling you to solve a problem. They're working you through a problem. So you're going to record what what the question is. So you're going to go through. So when you're watching these videos, you're going to be pausing them a lot. So when you find out what the problem is, then you're going to pause it and go to your graphic organizer and write it down. Next part, you're going to record it, or you're going to watch the video, see what the representing and solving the problem, showing your steps. Your work part will go in this section. Then you start your video again, and the solution, you'll record your solution in this last column, and then start the video again for if there's another problem, because there might be several problems on a video. So this is, if you do it this way, then that's something you can come back to and say, oh, how do I work that kind of problem again? Oh, yeah, I remember. So when you write your thoughts and ideas down, you take notes, that's what helps to seal it in your mind. So now let's look at, where am I? So those were the three types of note takers. This is the personal glossary. And this is where you're going to record vocabulary that you might be unfamiliar with. You might write down expanded notation. Math vocabulary is what it is. And what's something, a synonym, or a word that means the same or related words to that word. And then draw yourself a picture. And for me, if I was doing expanded notation, I would probably, I don't know that I would do this part. I would write a number in expanded notation here in my example. All right, so now let's look at the things that we can use to increase our knowledge. You can see that this student here watched the finding place value that has the check mark beside it. That's what you also have your SDL guide. So you'll find this on your SDL guide. And you can, when you're planning, you can mark that off that, yes, this is the one I want to do. So let's look at this video, finding place value.
Find the place value of 3 in 4,356. Now, whenever I think about place value, and the more you do practice problems on this, it'll become a little bit of second nature. But whenever I see a problem like this, I like to expand out what 4,356 really is.
Okay, so I would stop the video because I have my problem right here. I want to know what, find the place value of 3 in 4,356. So I'm going to come over here to my note taker, and I'm going to get it out of Google Classroom. And all these note takers are here all together. I want the problem work solution note taker. So I'm going to open it with Kami. Now I may have to go back to, you want to have, okay, and it's going to ask you to, probably going to ask you to convert the file on these note takers that I've put in. If it, or anytime that pops up, just go ahead and say convert. And then that will give you, that'll let you do it in Kami. Say no thanks to the recognized text. And I want to make this a little larger, okay? So now I'm going to put in a text box. And I want to record my question. So my question, and I'm going to have to go back to the video because from here to there, I don't remember exactly what it is. So, back to my video, it was played right here. So I'm finding the value of 3 in 4,356. So let's go back to our note taker. Let's see, the value of 3 in 4,000. And see, I've already forgotten it because I'm old and I forget things. 4,356, yes, and 4,356. Okay, so that is the problem. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my video, start it again, or continue playing. So I'm going to see
Let
what
me
it tells me
rewrite
to
the
do.
number. So if I were to write, and I'll write it in different colors. So 4,356 is equal to, and just think about how I just said it. It is equal to 4,000 plus 300 plus 300 plus 50 plus 50 plus 6. And you can come up with that just based on how we said it, 4,356. Now, another way to think about this.
Okay, so he's just shown us one way to start working the problem. So I'm going to go back to my note taker and insert a text box. And he said, what are we doing when we're taking the number apart like this? That's right, we're putting it in expanded form. So what he does when he's looking to find the value of a number in a digit, he takes the number and he puts it in expanded form. 300 plus 50 plus 6. Okay, so that's part of our work there. Let's go back to the video. Hopefully you don't have as many tabs open as I do.
This is just like saying this is 4,000s, 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 plus, or you could even think of and, so plus 300s, 300s, plus 50, you could think of it as 5 10s, 5 10s, plus 6. And instead of 6, we could say plus 6 ones, plus 6 ones. And so if we go back to the original number, 4,356, this is the same thing as 4. I'll write it down. 4. Let me see how well I can. I'll write it up right this. This is the same thing as 4,000s, 4,000s, 300s,
I'm going to try to scoot this ahead.
300s, 5
Well,
10s, 5 10s, and then 6 1s. So when they ask what is the place value of 3 in 4,356, we're concerned with this 3 right here. And its place value, it's in the hundreds place. If there was a 4 here, that would mean we're dealing with 400. If there's a 5, 500s. It's the third from the right. This is the ones place. That's 6 ones, 5 10s, 300. So the answer here is it is in the hundreds place.
okay, so, all right, I don't want this to play again, so I want to stop it. So I'm going to get out of that. I'm going to go back to my note taker here. I'm going to put in, we'll solve the problem down here, or put what my solution was, my answer. Now he did another thing that, because I didn't really write the whole question of, so the more I looked into that, when I watched that video, they weren't just asking the value of 3 in 4,356. He was looking for the place value of 3 in 4,356. We really don't get asked it that way very often, but it could happen. The next thing he did after he put it in expanded form was he wrote it out with numbers. So I can write 4,000, I'm going to do it this way, 356. Okay, so oops, that was not what I wanted to do. Do you see what I did? 5 10s and 6 1s. Okay, so this is just telling me that the 4 is in the 4 in the thousands place, that's my 4,000. 3 in the hundreds place is my 300. 5 in the tens place is my 50, and 6 in the ones place is my 6. So if I answer the question, what is the place value? Let's see what. Oops. Okay, so let me do what I want. Go figure. What is the place, and I'm going to do some deleting here. Okay, so what is the place value of 3 in 4,356? So I might want to underline my 3. Oops, let's pick something besides white. Might want to underline that so I know what I'm looking for. Back to my text box. And what I find is that the place value, that means the column, go back and look at your, this is a good time to look at your place value chart, that I find that the 3 is in the hundreds place. So the place value is that the 3 is in hundreds. It's in hundreds. Now, oops. If this question, let's see if I can just copy this. Nope. All right, so if it was asking this question instead, like I originally thought it did, so that's why we always want to watch and rewatch and check and make sure we wrote the right thing down. So I would, now I want to know what is the value of the 3 in, and it might say the digit 3 of the digit 3. It might not say the digit, it might just say 3. Digit 3 in the number 4,356. Okay, so that is, I can still use this workup here. I don't think I need to go through that again. I think we just need to add our text box over here so we can figure out what our answer is. So what is the value of the digit 3 in 4,356? Well, if I look here in my expanded form, I see that the 3 is 300. So there is my answer. So this is just a really easy way to take notes on the videos and some of the presentations or the practices. This is my favorite one because most of the math will show you how to work problems. So I recommend this one anytime that they're working problem in a video or some other such. Now, also, you don't have, you can print this, you can work on it here in Kami, because once you're finished with it, you can wipe it out and, well, no, you don't want to wipe it out. You can save it, and I believe you should be able to open it again. So you'll want to save it, and that will save to your Google Drive under Kami. I'll show you that in a second. So if I save this, so that I can go back and look at it again, or I want to be able to, print it. I can just print it. Should be able to print from here. Yeah, there's a printer icon right there. So I can print it from here, or I can save it if I don't have a printer. Or if you just drew this paper out, because you really don't have to have this exact one, you just need to know the problem goes here, work goes in the next column, solution in the last column. So you could just draw that out on your paper. Big rectangle, 3 columns, and then you can mark off your rows as you go. So if I save this, then I would go to my Google Drive, and it will be, this is your drive, look under Kami assignments. And you'll see I have a lot of Kami assignments, but one of these, no, it did not save in here. It should have, because I have done it before. But anyway, that should be where you find, oh wait, it might be Kami uploads, sorry, my bad. Kami uploads, and that's still not there. Okay. I will find out where that saves that to for you guys shortly. Could be shared with me. No. Anyway, okay. Sorry, my mistake on that. It happens. I'm not going to re-record it though. Okay, so let's go back to the Summit Learning Platform. So I can do that with any of these. I can use any of those note takers. The best one for math where it's showing you a problem, which is what we're seeing mostly in this particular unit. That's what I would use. So once you use some of the, you view some videos, or this is a PowerPoint, and you can kind of look through that on your own. Actually, it has it with play, but anyway.
To start off with, we see we have the number.
So it's a PowerPoint, but it's really a video. But it's a video of a PowerPoint, kind of like some of this stuff is. So anyway, so you just go through your things, and then you are going to, when you feel you're ready, you're going to show your teacher your notes, and you're going to request, you're going to click right here where it says content assessment, request, you're going to request a content assessment. When it is time, when she says, okay, yes, you may take that test, go ahead and request it. So that's how you request a test and take it, and hopefully pass it and finish that Power Focus area. So I know that was long and lots of words, but remember, videos are great because you can always go back to them. Also, one more thing, I hope you noticed that it was probably kind of difficult going back and forth between the video and taking notes on the computer. So my recommendation is that you draw these out, either have them printed, the note takers, or you just draw them out in your math journal. And then you have your paper right in front of you while the video is going. That's ideal. Have a great day, Tigers.